All right, we got another No Kings protest coming up, and I went to the first one. It was cool. But the thing is, with that first one, where I was at politically and where I'm at now, we two totally different people. So it's not necessarily about whether you go or don't go. It's more about the results of the protest itself. So I'll be honest, that was like one of my first like big protests, I'll say. And it was great. You know, we was out there for a few hours. It was good seeing all these different people from different walks of life out there. You know, there was veterans, there were disabled people, queer people, Hispanic people, white people, black people. Like, it was great. Everybody was there. I'm in Miami, so it's a melting pot. So like, you're gonna see that regardless. But seeing these people with, you know, like-minded ideology, it was cool. So like I said, out there for a few hours, and then upon leaving, going home, it's like, yeah, that was great. But also, like, I left unfulfilled because like something was missing. Like, it was cool and everything, but, you know, did that really do something? Because I ain't gonna lie, I was expecting it to get a little rough out there, but it was like overall peaceful. So going home, hopping on TikTok, seeing like leftist creators talk about it, and it's like they were not really on it to where it was like, oh, if you went, then blah, 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 or if you didn't go, then blah, blah, blah. It was more like nothing really changed. Like, those protests didn't really do anything. And it's like, yeah, that's true. Like, that's how I feel as somebody who went. So even later down the line, with another one coming up, it's really no point in going if nothing's going to change, because things have got progressively worse since the first protest. Not to say like direct correlation, but just because that's the way the administration is. They don't care. They didn't care before, they didn't care during, and they don't care after. So to do another one, a seemingly bigger one, like, is that really going to do something? The answer is probably not. Like, unless y'all finna get active, and I ain't really the inciting violence type, just because I don't need nobody knocking on my door. But if we not going, like, these huge masses of people, if we not going after data centers, if we not occupying police departments, occupying city halls, like, if we not actually protesting, then it's for naught. Because first of all, to register your name for a protest is crazy. Like, you should not be registering for nothing. You should just be pulling up, masked up, because, you know, we in an AI surveillance state, and you should actually be fighting for a change. Like, we calling it music festivals now because of censorship, but, you know, if you go look up any of these festivals in Chicago, Portland, DC, like, if you seen how stuff is getting active, that's how it needs to be. Like, that's the status quo, and that's why they're not showing it to you. Your algorithm is not feeding it to you, because they don't want you to see that. They don't want you to wake up and be inspired, be radicalized. Same thing with Indonesia, same thing with Nepal. They don't want y'all seeing that because they don't want y'all radicalized. And touching on Nepal, for people trying to get us to do that, and I was one of them, but like, when you really sit there, think about it, break it down, Nepal is so much smaller than the US. And on top of that, we don't follow the same ideology. I don't mean as Nepal, I just mean us as a people. We are not all congruent in our ideology, meaning everybody is not a socialist, a communist, Marxist, Leninist, any of these things. And that's what we need to be. We all need to be as further left as possible right now, today. Like, I've been on this whole journey of like trying to find my political identity and everything. I just knew I wasn't Democrat or Republican. Like, since I was 18, like, I never put nothing on my party affiliation because I knew I didn't subscribe to any of those. But as you start, you know, waking up, it's like, okay, maybe I'm more democratic or more progressive. And then you realize, okay, Obama really wasn't a good president. Kamala really wasn't a good VP and wouldn't have made a good president. Not to say that she would have been worse than Trump or anything. She definitely is the lesser of two evils. But she's still a genocidal war criminal at the end of the day. You got to call a spade a spade. So it's like, okay, I'm definitely not a Democrat. And then you got people like Zoran, who's calling himself a democratic socialist, which, one, that's not a thing. Like, you either a Democrat or you're a socialist. You cannot be both because you don't believe in the same things. And basically the difference between a liberal and a leftist is anti-capitalist ideology. And honestly, liberals are more right than like people are letting on. And this is another thing, this political jargon, it took me a while to decipher these different words, these different terms and all of it, because people start speaking in abbreviations and start using all of these words that we just assume like everybody knows. And it's like, okay, if that's the audience that you're talking to, but it's just so hard to break in because there's not really any entry level into the left. Versus like the right makes it so easy. Like, you could start off with any of the like the podcasters, like, you know, we had the one that recently passed, that he's a great example. So you start off with one of them and it's like all you have to agree on is being white and Christian. How many white Christians do we have in this country? Like, so that entry level is so easy. And then you hop in the comments, you hop on Reddit, Instagram real comments, like any of these toxic places of social media, that's the entry level to the right. And then that's how you get the groypers and that whole like alt-right meme pipeline, because the memification of the right in the politics detrimental to these white boys. But that's a whole nother conversation. You follow that alt-right pipeline, which has a easy entry level, and you can follow that all the way to Turning Point USA. Where on the left do we have whole educational institutions to teach our ideology? And it's like, I get it. When we had, you know, the Black Panther parties and the Young Lords and the Nation of Islam, like, there was FBI interference and there was a whole government entity, like, seeking our destruction. And with the unaliving of our civil rights leaders, along with their ideologies, because, you know, that whole head of the snake, the body will fall thing, and then the demoralization of their supporters is like, I get it. I do get, you know, we lost a lot of momentum, but it ain't nothing to pick that back up. And these same black capitalists that y'all believing in and depending on fucking Beyonce, Oprah, Jay-Z, the football players, like the sports players in general, and all these black people with money, you see that, you know, he's black or she's black, they have money, like, oh, that's what I want to be, or they're here for the community. No, they're not. They only serve capitalism, and y'all need to understand that. If y'all continue supporting these people that don't give a fuck about you, because if they did, why are there all these multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires that are black that have not made educational system? I'm not talking about scholarships. I'm not talking about no weak ass school. Like, there needs to be full institutions for and by our people for completely free. There's no reason why and this is not just on one person. This is not just on like one Beyonce. This is on like all of her friends, like that whole ecosphere of black capitalists. It's no reason why there is not free universal health care for black people, free education for black people. Like, it's no fucking reason. And the fact that they sell products is insane. You're already a billionaire. Why are you selling product? Like the hair serum shit is like, what, $60 or some shit? That shit is fucking crazy. Why are you giving billionaires your money like that? And on the right, it's the same thing with Taylor Swift, but like, that's white people business. I say all of that to say, with this next No Kings protest, we need the DSA out there. We need the Working Families Party out there, and we need them getting people into the left pipeline, because democratic socialists, cool. I guess that's a cool starting point this day and age. But from there, we need, like, I need full-blown communism to be the end goal in these parties. Like, you start people out entry level, you know, I don't know if COINTELPRO is still, like, an issue these days, because, like, the CIA, the FBI, they're taking a back seat on the type of propaganda to be pushed out, because we doing it to ourselves with the self-policing, the gender wars, diaspora wars. Like, we do it to ourselves, so I don't even know if they're still around. Like, I know the DNC is paying people. I know APAC is paying people. I know the algorithm is against us. So it's like, it's other stuff going on. It's bots and everything, which is why we need to be organizing locally. So yeah, find your local DSA chapter, PSL chapter, Working Parties Family chapter. Get with them. Start adopting more left ideology. Aside from those groups, BRG, BGR, Black, Green, Red. His YouTube channel, amazing. Like, I've been on this path for a while now, trying to understand my identity and seeing like where I am, how I can fit in. Once I found out about Marxist-Leninism, I knew I wanted to be a part of that. I knew I wanted to adopt the ideology, but I didn't know how to start. Like, of course, like, read Marx, read Lenin. But I also wanted to see what the people were saying, what people who are already Marx-Leninists were saying, like what they were doing, how they were practicing, how they were organized. Like, because, you know, practice and theory, again, they go hand in hand. But his videos are so comprehensive and digestible. He explains terms and acronyms. It's such an easy gateway into understanding. Along with reading Assata Shakur's book. Like, you sympathize with her. You understand, like, how she got to the points that she made. And then she gives you authors, she gives you book titles. So obviously just going down the rabbit hole of her work, Angela Davis, Fred Hampton, like, you see like where they pull their ideas from, and you just follow that rabbit hole, take your notes, read your theory, start practicing. Because what I want to see is us like fully taking over these No Kings protests. Like, I want to see so many socialists, communists, Marxists. I want to see everybody out there, leaflets, zines, pamphlets, getting people to join DSA, getting people to join PSL, getting people to join Working Families Party, so that we start getting more left, more socialists. And eventually we have a full new rebirth of whether it's black liberation, black communists. And it's like, of course I understand intersectionality, but my politics focus on black people, on Pan-Africanism. If you're not with that, but you agree with the class ideology, then cool, start your own chapter, do your own thing. But you cannot say you are for black people, but then that doesn't include black queers, black women, black disabled people. Like, it just don't work like that.